Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caesar. Hope you're having a great day today. Welcome back to City Skylines 2, and of course here in Hidden County. Now, it's been a few days since I last uploaded, and I think it's a simple explanation enough anyway. I've been feeling kind of sick, sleep schedules all over the place, and I just haven't been feeling it. so I just took a few days off. I didn't record. Today I woke up feeling a little bit better, slept a bunch, and I'm awake at 1:30 in the morning, but I think it's a good time to record anyway. Now, we have a bunch of money now. Last time we were completely broke. I let the game run in between episodes just to make sure we have some money to do what I want to do today, because I want to start something new. As you can see the title, we're going to start a new city here in White Pine County. So that's going to be something cool. Now, you're probably asking, why aren't we finishing what's already here? And that's because I'm out of inspiration on what I should do for this area. So I have a little bit of inspiration on what I want to do for the next area. So that's what we're going to do. And while we, travel over there, we can stop here. This super dense forest was not here, but I kind of created this because I wanted a bit of a natural barrier so I know where to end this city so I don't just take it on forever. Because if you saw the map before, it was just all empty fields and stuff like that. Like all just, empty plains. So like I could technically just build this whole map into just one giant city, but I wanted to limit myself in order to allow it to kind of turn into multiple cities and things like that. And I think having a bit of terrain limitations and things like that, and some vegetation that I can like build around, I think it's going to be a good way to do that. Now we might make some changes to it just because I like building things the way I want to build things, and I think that's a good way to do that. So hope you're having a great day, of course. Please subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Now let's travel over here. I laid down some initial infrastructure. I guess we should start over here. Is it here? It might not be. It's right here. I went ahead and inserted one of these pre-made interchanges, and I think it works well. I mean, it might have to be changed in the future if there's like higher traffic density, things like that. But I connected the two highways with a roundabout just like that, so then people can get off of this highway, go this way, vice versa, can transfer over, things like that. But then we have this two-lane road, or two-lane highway that just kind of travels way over here, ends right there. Eventually this will go somewhere else probably, but then it ends up here at the beginning of this new town. Now, I don't have a name for it yet. Of course I don't, but I don't know. I kind of just came over here and started just playing with roads. That's kind of what I came up with. We're going to start by building a bit of a shopping center. And I know it probably doesn't make sense to build a shopping center first and then the town, but kind of something I wanted to do. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So let's get started before I just sit here and talk all day and someone yells at me in the comment section that I just talk way too much, which is probably true. I get lost talking to myself a lot of the time. So strong possibility that they're actually being accurate and I'm just being defensive about it. Anyways, there's a nice asset called a marketplace in here, and I think you have to unlock it through the whole unlock methods and things like that, but when you find it, you can just kind of place whatever you want wherever you want it. And that's what we're going to do, because yes. Now, I want to look at this asset before we do anything with it, okay? Let's put it down. Let's put it down here so we can look at it. It has a little bit of parking, but if you know anything about American stores and things like that, this is probably not enough parking. I mean, it probably is, but we're also going to build more stuff around this and things like that, and it's all going to come together very well. So we're going to expand on the parking lots and then add a bit of a strip mall going off to the sides of it. And I think it's going to turn out all right. If it doesn't, then you can scream at me later. But for now, that's how that's going to work. Now, can I click on this building? I can. Ooh. At least it works a little bit for tourism, so we might have some tourism going on here. I don't know. It sells food, but I'm treating this as like a Walmart type of thing, right? That's kind of how I see this place. I guess it's more like it's called Full of Foods. It's like a Costco or something. I don't know. You can roleplay whatever you want it to be, but all right. So we got to build a little bit of infrastructure to set this place in nicely, as well as leaving room for parking lots and of course that little bit of a strip mall that I want to put in here. Now this would be like a staple of the area. I feel like if you would be coming through this highway for whatever reason, coming off of this highway, even though this highway goes nowhere right now, I might just make this an exterior connection, right? Just bridge this across over here. See, I'm thinking before I do anything because I don't want to regret anything, right? Because it's been multiple times where I do something and I'm just like, yeah, that's not going to work at all. So I want to make sure it at least somewhat looks decent. I think if we leave some space, maybe like this off to the side, we can do some like vegetation and things like that. We can do some billboard work over there. I think that'll be fine. I think we'll do something like this, okay? And then what we'll do for the rest of this is I think... Yeah, we'll line this up with that road, just like that. Perfect. And then we will set this building in here. Just like that. Move this to here, okay? And then we move this alleyway, for example, to there. Yep, connect that up nicely, just like that. I say nicely, but then we have this weird gap right here that we gotta fix. And then we could even do some stores here on this side, right? Some stores here. Some stores maybe here on this side, and just do a massive parking lot here. That could also be something we do. But I think we're just gonna have to start before I just sit here all day and not actually do anything, because that's a strong possibility of that happening. So let's do something. So what am I thinking? All right, got rid of all those trees. It looks kind of empty right now, but we're gonna place our own trees, because I feel like when you place your own trees, it just feels a little bit better, and I think it'll look all right. So let's stop yapping a little bit, huh? I'm actually gonna move this building a little bit more. I think I'll go. I think leaving 2. We'll do 3 just to keep this in the middle, and then we'll do some vegetation on the sides, and I think that'll be fine. I just want to leave a little bit of gap there so it just looks decent anyways, and just nice and centered on this main parking lot we're going to build, because I think that'll just make a little bit more sense. Now we could go the whole zigzag back and forth with the parking lot, but I think we'll just go straight across. Keep it nice and simple, and I think that'll be all right. Now we can leave a gap on that side just to leave room for like vegetation and things like that. I think that's always a good route to take. So can we connect this up without having to connect this up, if that makes any sense at all? That connects up. You can see the little connection going there. So that works. Now, is that connected? It is connected. That's fine. And then we just go like this all the way through. And then this gives us our massive parking lot without too much effort, which I'll be honest, these parking lots are a lot easier to build than like the parking lot mods we had in Cities 1. Like the Cities 1 took a lot of like accurate, like super precision engineering for a lot of this stuff. And it was a bit complex to do a lot of the time. So I'm glad this is at least a little bit easier, because I sucked at making parking lots in Cities 1. I'll be honest about that one. How should we do this? Now, I think we obviously leave space on either end for vegetation. So if we go something like this, right? This obviously needs to be connected all the way, because that's where the cars are going to drive. But then we just bring this till about there again. And connect this up. This will be obviously a giant concrete slab. We can do some work with like the decals and things like that to make it look a little bit used. Things like that, and I think it'll look okay. Now on the edges here, we'll just leave room for vegetation, things like that, and it'll look all right when it's done. Now, that's our parking lot. Cars will come in here. I doubt this will ever get completely full. Okay, this is a massive parking lot that you'll probably never see full in this game unless we do some very dense, like, commercial around here, which I don't really want to do. Well, maybe. I guess we'll see. Anyways, here's our main shopping center, and it's obviously screaming at us for basic needs because this area has no connections to any of our city services. So that's something we're going to take care of rather quickly just to get this issue fixed and before we start bringing in more things. Now we have pipes running all the way through here. So because they're already here, I'm just going to go ahead and just use this connection here to just run the pipes all the way. Oops. What's going on here? Doesn't connect down there. Okay. We'll go next to this, and then once we get like here, we'll slide on over, and then we'll just follow this all the way through. But I want to get this out of the way so it doesn't become an issue while we're trying to get stuff going there, right? So now that we're right here, we can go through these billboards again and actually grab one of them. And I think, well, once you search, right? I think we should be able to. These are like the ground ones, right? I want actual like billboards, just these right here. And I think if we just go, what's this? Sure, why not? We can still use these on the ground if we just place these like this. And I think that works, right? I think that kind of works. You just grab a couple more like that, you know what I mean? Just kind of scatter them through here. I think that kind of does what I wanted it to do anyway. I'd face them the other way. Maybe we could do one like right here or something. Maybe like over here. I know these aren't actual businesses that are in this area, but I think it brings a little bit of life to this place, and I think I kind of like it. I like it. I also didn't go too crazy on the trees because I wanted to make sure these were visible as they drive through here and things like that, and I think that works. But leaving that little bit of gap on the edges kind of made a little bit of sense, and then I pushed it closer to the edge here. And so there wasn't going to be any billboards, but I kind of dig how this area is turning out. Now, we could easily just leave this here, but I want to also put in a little bit of housing into this area just to kind of get this going, because right now there's nothing here. Now, a lot of this might not stay. I'm not exactly sure, but I at least want to get some housing going. And okay, I'm not going to zone all of that. But what I've been doing for the grid sizes is I've been doing a 12 by 20. And I think that's been turning out kind of nice. I kind of like how that grid looks. And I've kind of been okay with it. So we'll go 20 here. So 20 is right there. Just take this all the way up, just like that. There we go. Now I wish we could have custom buildings and things like that. Custom assets for like the residential buildings, things like that. So we can go with like a very historic style building or a modern house build rather than just letting it kind of place the default stuff that it likes to build. Because don't get me wrong, the default stuff is cool, but sometimes it's kind of boring, right? And it'd be cool to just be able to place some stuff that we want to place that's custom and feels nice and have a couple different sets, right? So we can do, there's one asset set, for example, of historic America where it's like a bunch of brick buildings and older housing and things like that, or we can do like a modern America suburbia or something, you know what I mean? Something like that would be really, really cool, but the game doesn't allow for it, which I think is a missed opportunity. And I hope they really push for more things in the future, because I think it's real missed opportunities if they don't. Now, how tall are these apartment buildings going to be if I do 3x4s all the way through here? So I feel like some apartment buildings blocking the view of this commercial area would be nicer for the residential area. I don't know. It might not be, but I want to see how tall these are. They don't seem that tall, but if they seem really out of place, I'll get rid of them because I don't want to see too out of place. But I can't really judge that until I finish this next part of the build. So it's going to have to be like a wait and see type of thing. So we'll drag this road up to there for now. Why not? This apartment complex, I think, looks really, really cool. I'm pretty sure I found that on the asset store because I'm pretty sure this is not vanilla, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is not a vanilla asset. And I think it just looks really, really sick. Now, it holds a ton of people. I think, anyway. Yeah, I mean, just look at all these households over here. So this thing is going to bring in a bunch of families, right? A bunch of families. But I think it's going to be really, really good to expand our population, and I think it's going to fit in very well with this kind of shopping area. And I kind of want to treat it as like lower income apartments. And I think just having them super, super close together kind of gives it that vibe. If we had different apartment assets we could place down on our own, I think it'd be really cool. But until we have more assets, I think it's kind of just, we're going to just work with what we have. And it's going to be okay. But that takes care of that, and we're going to have a bunch of people moving in here. Now, this is going to be very heavy on traffic, but I think it's going to be okay. Now, in this area, I think here, I'm going to have a bit of an education block where we put in an elementary and a high school. And I think it's going to service this area very, very well. I think it'll be kind of providing a very good, well, at least sufficing the needs of this area, right? Because right now, those needs aren't being met. And I think it's going to be something we have to meet in order to make everything kind of run smoothly. So we'll just bring this way. And I know it looks kind of weird right now, but once we fill in all the gaps with different buildings, things like that, it's going to look pretty decent. At least I think so anyway. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry, but it should look pretty decent by the time we're done. So 3x4s like that, more apartments here, and then we place that in. Now I know I could place it somewhere else, but I think drive-in cinemas, at least where like I was kind of like raised for a while, like the lower income area had the drive-in cinema, and I kind of like that vibe. I lived in like some like poor lower end apartments, right? They weren't anything like this. They were like definitely less than this, right? But they had a drive-in cinema that I think is really cool to just kind of bring along here. Now, parking fee, we're going to make this free. There's no reason to charge for this. I want us to be like a city amenity. We're making $24,000 an hour anyway. So our population's exploding today. Just kind of the plan of building this whole second area is I want the population to start kind of booming. Because we've been kind of slacking on that, and we're already like several episodes in. We haven't really done much, so definitely something I want to keep an eye on. So 12 units there. Just like that. That works. And then we just bring this all the way through. Like that. And then we'll just do another block, or I guess another 3 blocks of residential zoning to kind of start blending this together. And you'll see how it kind of turns out. Now, did I plan any of this in advance? Absolutely not. But just realized I've been placing a lot of the European lots. We'll switch back and forth. I'm okay with that. There we go. I wasn't going to do this in sections to like really finish one area before moving on to the next, but I think it makes a little bit more sense to kind of build it together as we go. I think it'll look really, really nice as we do that. Now I'm not building it all at the same time just because we're going to have a lot of traffic problems if we do that, and I don't want to deal with traffic problems, so we're going to try to avoid that as much as we can. Sometimes you can't avoid it, though, unfortunately, but kind of is what it is, right? So, I think just one more row of these, and then that'll be good to go. There we go. That finishes that area up. And then this area here, as it kind of centers around the apartment complex, will be for an education campus. That's kind of what I wanted to save this space for. So that'll service this entire area. Now, I don't know how I feel about these apartments. I think these are kind of out of place. They seem too massive. I think row homes here would make a little bit more sense. This density will kind of die out, like the heavy traffic will die out as soon as we... Well, as soon as the game runs and kind of bounces itself out. Everybody's moving in right now, so kind of it's going to be very just dense right now, so just kind of don't worry about that too much. How do these European row homes look? I have no idea. Let's place those and see how they look. Why not? Yeah, we'll go with the row homes. That's completely fine. And again, because it's a residential zone, we'll just grab our lindens, which are somewhere in here. Lindens, where are you? Or is that like an American tree? Actually, I have no idea. There they are, lindens. They are American, like a North American tree. I guess you could just say American. It is what it is. There we go. Just like that, fill in nicely. Ooh, we have no power over here. Why do we have no power over here? We have bottlenecking, which means we need another transformer station, probably way the heck over here. This one's a little bit too far, which completely makes sense. I think we'll just go... I think we'll just grab this and place this like in here somewhere. I think we'll just go like there, and then we'll bring that connection over, and I think this should fix the problem. If it doesn't, then I'll cry a little bit about it, but then it should be fine. We'll go underground like that, grab that connection, let's bring it to there, and let's see if that fixes the issue. It might not. No, we still have that weird issue here. So how does this work? If I move this here, for example, does that fix the issue? Like if I go bam, would that fix the issue? Like that, does that fix that issue? It does. Okay, no more bottlenecking or whatever that was doing. That's good to go. This thing's complaining about not enough customers. It makes sense. This thing is a very, I mean, it has 700 employees, so you're gonna, of course, it does not have enough passengers and things like that, right? So it's kind of expected. This traffic will die out as soon as everything kind of forms together. Again, this thing holds a bunch of people. I actually didn't realize how many it would hold. But I think once it fills up, it'll work nice. Now, is somebody going to own this ever? Or like, how is this going to work? I'd really like to see this in use. I have no idea how this actually works. I'm going to assume eventually someone will pick this up and own it, and then it'll be like, ooh, cool, right? But until then, it's going to be like this. Now, this apartment complex might have been a mistake. We'll watch it. I mean, the parking lot's definitely full over here. Why can't they use this parking lot? That'd be kind of nice, huh? It's fine. At least this building comes alive. It's really cool. There's a lot of people walking around and things like that, heading to their homes, and I kind of like that density. But I just want to see if once this balances out, is this traffic going to calm down? So this thing holds about 1,600 people, looks like, which is completely fine. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fire problems over here while we get going and things like that. That's okay. All right, here, right? I keep talking about this area and I keep just not doing it. One of those other buildings that were in here, it was like an auto center or something like that. Auto, I wish auto will come up. It was like an auto center. This building here. I think this building here kind of works. I'm okay with getting rid of those homes. Let's go like this. And we'll even... I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this. Somebody change my mind before I do this. This building looks really cool, though. I really dig how it looks. I think moving into the corner looks nicest, though. It seems like a very nice corner building, see? Because it kind of like follows it with the fences and stuff like that. I think that looks all right. I don't know how I feel about these row homes on this side. We'll get rid of those for now. Just like that. Happiness is going up, which is really good. We have a lot of homelessness, which is not good. But hopefully that fixes itself. I don't exactly know how homelessness works in this game. Like half the time it's broken. I'm going to hope that eventually fixes itself. So what can we put in this area to kind of finish this? Obviously we can't put another drive in here. Well, we could, but I'm not going to. Honestly, should we? Should we do this? I'm okay with them sharing a fence. Okay, I've decided to get rid of this thing. It's a bit too massive for this area, so we're gonna get rid of this. Now, can I just click on that asset and get rid of it as a whole? Yes, I can. Okay. That's where I'll have to get rid of separately. Now, there's just too many people for that one. There's like 2,000 people that would live in that area. And that's just insane for this area. I still want that a bit of apartment theme where like it's like a lower income type of neighborhood. And I think we can do that differently. So the way we'll do this, we'll get rid of that, obviously. And we'll get a little bit of a fence here, okay? I want to separate this commercial area from the residential area that we're going to make here. I think we just get some high hedges. That'll be fine. And we'll just treat this as if like this giant supercenter place built it and or had to pay for it when they put up their building to keep a little bit of a distance from the city. I don't know. Just trying to roleplay a little bit, all right? Leave me alone. Now, the way we'll do this is, well, very carefully, okay? And I think we'll go... How are these roads going to end up, first of all? Let's look at this. Because this will give me a big hint as to how I should do this. I could just go like this. Not against that. I think we'll go with alleyways. And I think we'll go... probably just all the way across. Like that. And then we'll do... I'm thinking, okay, hold on. I think we'll go like this. All the way through here. Now, are those even? No, they're not. I'm very bad at, like, apparently distinguishing distances. We have to be careful. Population is tanking because I kind of got rid of everybody. So that's fine for now. Looks like that's 7 across. Is that really what 7 across is? Okay, 7 across. So we'll go 7. Oops, probably go to there. Go like that. Grab another 7 units. There we go. I think we'll just do those 3 like this. I think that's okay. But we'll also come to this side with it. How far did we go with that? Can I count that? 7 as well. So that's like a square almost. So that's fine. Perfect. And we're going to place our own apartments in here. And I think it's going to look a little bit better than what I had previously. I think it's going to work a bit nicer. Now, we also got to put a little bit of parking because there's no parking when it comes to, well, the alleyway roads that I'm using here. So we're going to have to make sure we put in parking. And I think we just go with these tiny parking lots. And we'll just put 4 like that. This will be the parking for this entire area. And it's not going to be enough, but it'll be enough to make me happy, at least for now. That's how we'll do that, okay? So should we zone or place? I think we'll place the apartments so they can all be the exact same style. So I feel like you see that in a lot of like apartment complexes. It's like you can see the separate buildings, but they're really separate. You know, they're like they're the same style. So that's kind of what I want. So is there a way to get apartments now? I guess if we get rid of that, right, and then we filter by I don't think we want the large. I think we'll go with like the medium buildings, right? So is this going to be no, those are not too bad. I think we'll find like the smallest ones of these, and the ones that look a little bit less, like more run down. I think like these. Are these a little too big? Is there smaller apartments? No, because then they wouldn't be under this section, right? Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. We'll just go under all and see if there's any smaller ones. So yeah, there's definitely these like 2x2s. These are massive. We can't go with those. Yeah, those could work as well. It's like I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I'll know what it is when I see it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Like we'll see something that just kind of fits the area nicely. Yeah, these feel too luxurious, kind of. I don't want to get those. I think these. I think we'll just roll with these. I think we'll go all the way down like this. We're not going to extend this apartment complex at all, right? But we're going to at least fill it in with some vegetation. I think it'll turn out at least half decently. And then over here, we're going to do a little bit of work with tram stuff. And I think it's going to look pretty sick. We're not doing the tram stuff today, but we're going to leave this space empty here because our tram depot is going to go over here. Okay. Now, I think that's all I'm going to do for this side here, just to leave that space there so I don't forget that I'm going to use it. I'm not going to decorate that side either. So I feel like if I do it, I'll forget about it and I'll just never touch it again. That's not, and it's not what I want to do. So and I think for our education campus, we'll keep this basic. Just go like this. And instead of the 12 units, I think we'll do 24 units. So give it a bit of a double block like that. Because then when this comes up to here, if I can get this right at all, what's going on here? There we go. Just like that, and then that's going to go through here. That feels wrong, right? What's this? What is this? That's 12, and that's 12. Actually, that's perfect. So then you'll see the grid kind of extend around it, and then it'll probably end like here-ish, maybe. Possibly. We'll see how this turns out. But I think that's a good start. So, education. I like this area for education. So I think we'll do... I stopped using the brush as much as I was doing before. Because before I was using the brush everywhere to just spray in a bunch of trees everywhere. And even though, like, it works, I think the trees were a little bit too dense for the areas that I was doing them in, and I think it just kind of looked kind of intense, and I didn't really like it overall, so I kind of took a step back and I was like, let's just place them manually. I think they just look a little bit better, because you have a little bit more control about how you want things to look like, and I think this, like, lesser dense area, and it looks kind of dense, but like compared to like what I've been doing over there, this is nothing at all. Yeah, because over there it was like pretty bad. It was like the most dense tree lining you'll like ever see in your life, and it was a bit much. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was definitely wrong when it came to that. I think that's definitely something good of a change that I kind of did there. So yeah. Now this road I'm going to send off at an angle here. And what's the reason for this? You're probably asking. I want to break up the grid. I want it to feel a little bit more unique instead of just giant grid. It's still going to be a grid, but it'll at least break up it being completely just straight square. And I think when it's done, I think it's going to look pretty good. Hopefully anyway. I say that and then it just looks completely awful by the time we're done, and we don't got to talk about all that. Something like this. There we go. And now we got to do a bunch of measuring, so I'm not going to make you watch me measure? Make you watch me measure. That is English. I just don't know why it didn't make sense to me. Anyway, see you in a couple seconds. I've done no commercial because I want this to be like the center commercial of the area for now. Eventually we will expand the commercial zones and things like that, and it's going to be okay. The parking lots are being used though, so I'm really happy about that. It's actually showing a lot of density for the area, and I like that. Right, how is this going over here? How many families is this supporting? 13 people. It's not even that many people that live here. We'll do some changes to this because I don't like how this basketball court turned out. It looks really weird. We'll just bring this in like that, and then we'll just do some vegetation around that, and I think it'll look a little bit better. Hopefully. Yeah, I think that'll look all right. Yeah, we'll come back and detail this probably next episode when we start looking at trams and things like that. So next episode is a bit of public transportation to connect this whole area up to that area and start getting some public transportation. We're also probably going to continue this gridding over here just to connect this up over here. Kind of start blending this together, and then I think it'll look all right. Now this here, get rid of that for now, and I think that'll be fine. But the cemetery... Hello cemetery. I think we'll place this here. Just like that. And that'll be fine. There we have it. And then around it, we'll just do some nice vegetation, kind of bring the whole area together. And I think that'll be completely fine. No need to have it be overcomplicated, if I'm being honest. And I think I am being honest, so. There we have it. I like that. Now, what's happening here? Why is there no housing here? I think it's because that zoning is on the wrong block. It's like that. So then if we rezone this, there we go. And now housing is appearing where it's supposed to be, which is very, very good. And it's all looking, I think, rather spiffy, if you ask me. Don't know why spiffy was the word I chose there, but it's the word we're going to live with. Okay. I like how this turned out. Actually, a pretty decent amount. I think this is a very good start. Now, I didn't do enough detailing with this area, so I think it's something we'll continue on over the next several episodes, probably putting in some road markings and things like that. But everybody's starting to move in. This area is becoming pretty, I guess, more dense than it was before. And I think it's a good start. I like this. I like having this designated shopping center, and I think it looks completely okay. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, the thing we were gonna do, huh? Oh, yeah, it's something super special. It's something we're just gonna put down mailboxes. I think we'll go on Aspen Street. Just place 2 of those there. And sure, we'll place 1 here at those businesses, and that's completely fine. There we have it. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. It's been an absolute pleasure. And until next time, bye-bye.